similar size of presentation, but I think I'll skip that. I'll not give much opportunity to few who can have a very good sleep here. So I will share a few of my things, and my colleagues will later on present all those ICT things. Their colleagues on the dais and up the dais, Mr. Adhikari and his governance now, everybody from PSUs and other organizations, I can see them. Last week I was traveling to Allahabad, and Allahabad only Air India goes. My colleague is not here right now. And there is only smaller planes going, regional planes, and through bus you have to travel on T3. So that driver was not traceable. People started tracing him, and finally they got him. And the driver, Air India driver, came, opened the door, and then again closed it. And then again started sleeping. Inside, people started shouting, because they were not from PSUs. I was from PSU. I can understand the PSU, CMD pain, and PSU's pain much better than anybody else. Next, I was going to Dharamshala. Again, smaller planes, and the air hostess sits in front of you in one seat, folded seat, just on the gate of that cockpit. So I wanted a glass of water, and fortunately Air India gives a glass of water. So I just pushed the button, and that air hostess was looking at me like I did something very criminal thing. So I don't know what to say when I was thinking that I am working in a PSU. And some lady is staring like that, so it is very difficult to counter that. I thought something, what I did, then she was looking at I did nothing, just by mistake it was, I was trying to slide. In that atmosphere, we are transforming PSUs. And I think most of us know that story of Mahabharata. Arjun and Karan fight. Arjun was hitting arrow on Karan's vehicle, that Rath, and it was going so many miles backwards. And Karan was hitting on Arjun's vehicle. It was going only 3 steps back. Arjun was laughing every time. Krishna asked, "Why are you laughing?" He said, "You see what power I am having. And Karan I can win very well. Very easily, there is no problem." He said, "Do you know why? Do you know the reason?" The Hanuman was sitting on top of that Rath and that Pataka. Everybody must be aware of that. And I am sitting with entire universe load on your. Even then your Rath is going 3 steps back. So with that we are operating. With that we are operating. Sometimes I feel that I am in a crowd and people all around me like in a mandir during Navdurga. You are being pushed from all sides and suddenly you feel that you are in front of that murti, you are standing there. You are not doing anything. You are just waiting there. That is how I feel that I did not do anything. This is how people have pushed me somewhere. And I now reached this place. That is how I don't know. No. Some people may not say that. But that is the fact. I have to go somewhere and there are people sitting in my car, I am driving and So many people are driving, I don't know who is driving. And I am reaching somewhere. That is where we are transforming. Still we are doing. Still, and the person who is having something inside, some ignition inside in a PSU, that given a chance I can do this, given a chance I can do this CMD is useless, is not doing anything, give me that, I will do this. That is the feeling. If somebody in a PSU is having that feeling, one day I am sure he will get that chance. Like I got that chance. And then you are in a crowd being pushed from all sides, reaching somewhere. You cannot do anything. Anonymous letters, fake RTIs, they will make you feel that you are dreaming or you are doing what? You cannot imagine that somebody is writing something like this. That can also be written on the paper. Last 3 years I am CMD and last 20 years I am in PSU. I was working in Indian Telephone Industries, ITI Limited. That is in very bad shape now. 50,000 employees were working those days, and those were the days when a telephone instrument, you were not allowed to shift from one place to other once it is installed. Now you are having mobile, any place you can go, any place, any, and you can still keep on talking. Nobody knows where you are sitting and you are talking. But those days, you are not allowed to shift the telephone even. So that was ITI, and they could not transform, and they are into now at this age. This company I joined after ITI, and I was having that ignition that why something is not happening here. And now I am heading to make it happen. So I am doing that. I am trying to do that. This company called HSCC India Limited, it is earlier known as Hospital Services Consultancy Corporation. It was making hospitals. Still it is making hospitals, with few other things also. It is a very small company. Very few of you may be aware of this company, but it is doing very significant and very important works in India. In India, where per bed, the bed capacity in India is per 0.9 per 1,000. 0.9 per 1,000 against the world standard of around 4 to 5 per 1,000. No beds. So this company is doing that business. There is no scarcity of business in India for this company. And after in last 3 years, from 5 crores, 10 crores to we have reached approximately 20,000 crores since last 3 years. We are doing almost 150 hospitals in India and abroad, costing around 20,000 crores. All these neighboring countries, all these places, any district, any place we are doing, every place in India we are doing hospitals. We are adding more than 25,000 beds in India. This company is doing a hospital on turnkey basis, including planning, designing, architecture, structure, medical equipment, manpower, medicine, everything. And maximum requirement of ICT, I felt is in health sector. Definitely education, railways, so many places. But in health sector, it is connected with your life. You are not aware, you have headache, you are not aware where to go, what to do. With the help of ICT, you can get that. That is what we started. When I took over the charge, before that I was going to AIMS OPD. If somebody has gone to AIMS OPD before 2010, not very far away, only 2010, he must have felt the heat of that OPD. It was like opening those days in 70s, 80s when this cinema halls were there and some picture of Manoj Kumar was being released and the box office was, the window was open, so people were crawling on people on the top. So that is what happening in OPD. I went and I requested that this work can be given to us. So many small these cabins were made there. I requested. They finally agreed, but they said this running OPD you have to make that. And in 5 to 6 months time, that running OPD we have converted to ICT enabled OPD. Now anybody can go and see that. That OPD is transformed into an OPD much better than any OPD you can see in Fortis Medanta or anywhere. With 12,000 persons, 12,000 patients visiting every day, with 2-3 more attendants, around 25,000 entering into that OPD, and they have space to sit. They are being given their dates. In a hospital where you get an operation date after 6 years, and you are not aware that you are getting a date after 6 years for a small operation, so how long can you wait? A person coming from Bihar, a person coming from Northeast, so many places, they are just below these flyovers, they are just residing there. They are not aware when they are going to get the appointment. So these things, and there is a hospital in Northeast, very big hospital, so many doctors, but that hospital is not being utilized properly. Doctors and nurses, they are sitting there, and there is another hospital with the same facility, with the best facility, people are crowded there. So in India, connecting all these hospitals with ICT can only help. And to start with, we did AIMS. Another hospital, if any of you have visited, the Suspense, you go inside. I think people should visit there. On one bed sometimes 3 people. On one bed. So that is where you need ICT to ensure that the beds somewhere, so many places, so many hospitals, the beds are not occupied. Here on one bed 3 persons. Your medicines are expired, nobody is aware. Where that particular medicine is kept, nobody is aware. Where is your file kept, nobody is aware. The patient coming from, very poor person coming from a very remote place is not having all the papers with him. One paper is particular paper of pathology report is missing. So the doctor will say, you have to get this pathology report, or I need a pathology report of a year back. He is not having. How to treat? He is coming and going. So many such things, complicated things. Kitchen dietary programs. In kitchen you need so many modules of diets. And every time you have to write for a diabetic patient, for a cardiac patient, every time you have to write. So there are modules made in ICT, in healthcare, HMIS is the name. Health Management Information System. That enables you to deal with all these reports. PACS is another thing which we are doing. We have already done in Safdarjung Hospital. If somebody has visited Safdarjung Hospital earlier and now can visit in these emergency block and SSP block, you can see that it is a hospital just like a hospital maybe in California or maybe in New York. It is a hospital made like that, enabled with ICT. This need to be spread out to whole India. And it doesn't need much of the financial things. Per bed cost of a super specialty hospital, it is very high and it is very low also. It is up to 1 and 1.5 crores per bed. What we did in Satyajan, what we did in AIMS, what we did in RML, what we did in LHMC. But it can be done in 15 lakhs also. What we are doing in Chhattisgarh, what we are doing in UP, what we are doing in Kerala, what we are doing in Jammu Kashmir and Sri Lanka and Nepal. So everything can be done as per availability of your funds, but you reduce 2 beds and do IT things. The hospital will be much better. So all these combining all the modules, packs, it is all of your pathology report, X-ray report, CT scan, MRI, everything is coming on computer, on your mobile, everywhere you can get it. You are sitting in California, you can retrieve your all those X-ray reports and everything there, and you can show it to doctor. Operation theaters we did in Satyajan Hospital, anybody can go and visit. The live operation theater can be seen in that hospital, the big hospital in Washington, where the doctors can advise during live operation that this thing can be done like that. And then through robotic surgery, where 360 degree the hand rotates, they can operate from there. That is the operation theater we did here. So these are all ICT enabled things. PACS, HMIS, queue management system, RFID, meaning radio frequency identification system is you can trace any patient, any file, any kitchen laundry, any CSSD, manifold system, anything you can trace through that RFID. So these are few broader things. I am just sharing that in India this is needed. Very difficult to have good people in PSUs. The people working, they are losing their enthusiasm to work, and the new people, they are not joining because of so many things. One architect earns lakhs of rupees outside, here we pay only 50,000. So it is not possible to have a good architect, it is not possible to have a good doctor inside a PSU. Good finance person, it is very challenging. And the people working since last 20 years, they have already lost their enthusiasm. So it is very challenging to transform PSUs, but still I will say that competing with private, PSU is doing much better than any. People from private must be sitting here, but I will say that the PSUs are doing much better, and Air India will praise that. Even if one person is not sitting in Air India plane, that plane will go. There is no excuse. Even if at night you are delayed, you will be given a hotel accommodation. If Air India is there, nobody else there, they will say something, some excuse. So with these words, my colleagues are there who will present the ICT things in healthcare in detail. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to me.